Hello and welcome to all. Again, I have returned to the series of All About GATE, and this series is mainly for the students who are just about to appear in GATE, or maybe you have started, not started, but you are halfway journey of your GATE. Okay, so uh, revision is very important for any examination. Okay, so first of all, just understand one thing, that is gate. Okay, to crack gate, you need three things. Okay, mainly three things. The first thing is you should have a sound concept or a sound command over the knowledge. Okay, concepts of subjects, clear cut concepts. So some of the students in the class, in any university, in any class, they may have very nice concepts. Okay, they may can solve very hard problems, but they may take time. Okay, so not only having the concepts is enough for the gate. Okay, so that mistake I made in my third year attempt actually. So another thing that is required is uh, problem solving, or or I should say that is numerical. Okay, numericals. Okay, so numerical solving skills, and with minimal silly mistakes. Silly mistakes. Okay, and the third thing is luck in any exam. In any exam, but I am just talking about the gate. Okay, so mainly this luck has uh, 10% role. Okay, and this two has the remaining 40%. Okay, I mean, sorry, they should be 45. So you can understand the role of these concepts and this problem solving. So the main point is that uh, both these two have the same importance in your gate preparation. So obviously you have to study all the subjects in detail, and you are and you need to grasp the concepts, but along with that you have to revise, and you have to train your brain to solve those kind of problems only. Okay, so in this discussion I will talk about my strategies and some scientific strategies for revising. Okay, but just remember there are some uniqueness for every exam. Okay, that is the revision strategy for gate may be a little bit different than your own semester exam, than the ESE exam. Okay, so I will share some of the very scientific techniques of revision. Okay, and how to revise obviously. So first of all, just think that how our brain works. Okay, uh, in every situation of your life, you just attack the problem very scientifically. The problem with us is we just hear to anyone, and we then apply to that in our life, then, and that is okay. But if you feel that this that this strategy or this advice is not working for me, then you have to change that, and also logically think that should this work. That is, I if I will tell you that you have to study 10 hours per day every day. So that is possible for some students, but is it possible for all the students? And there are some example of students who have cracked the gate by only 2 to 4 hours of preparation. Okay. And uh, also there are students who have cracked the gate by 10 or even more hours per day of preparation. Okay. So my point is that each guy should have his or her own unique strategy. So for me, I was required to go for the college classes, the labs, the vivas, exams. I was preparing for the GRE and TOEFL also. So, amidst all of this, I did not have the time for study 10 to 12 hours per day. So, I managed to study only 2 to 4, maximum 5 hours per day, even someday only for 30 minutes. So my point is, just make your own schedule and own strategy. Obviously I will help my tips. I will help by sharing my tips. Okay. But so in this video I will share some scientific techniques for revising. Okay. But how to apply those techniques in your preparation journey, that you have to think. Okay. So I will make a separate video that how to make your own strategy for the gate preparation very soon. So first of all, let us understand that how our brain works. Okay. Because we have to uh, think very logically. So, I mean, uh, which are the things which your brain can memorize effortlessly? Okay. So uh, effortless memorization. Okay. Then that that happens for the case one, uh, when you get pleasure. Okay. Like watching any movie or watching a Netflix video. Even uh, for those guys who are interested in sports, they can remember that which batsman scored how many runs and in which over the wicket was gone. Okay. So these basic details of a cricket match can be memorized by anyone, but the same person is not able to memorize his own studies or anything else. Okay. So by that cricket match or that football match or Netflix or any movie, you are getting the pleasure, and because of that, a hormone called dopamine is releasing from your brain. Okay. So that is why your brain is getting pleasure, and you can remember that. Okay. And next thing is that your brain understand the importance, and that also in terms of survival. Okay. So if your brain understand that, okay, I have to remember this thing to live. Okay, to live, your brain and body only works on the basis of your need for the survival. Okay. So if your brain thinks that, okay, I have to go to the bank and do some needful work, otherwise my bank will be jammed or my money may be in some harm. Okay. So money is very important for your survival, and you all know that. Okay. So you will never forget that, right? Or Even there is something that you will be get scolded by your teacher if you don't do that. So being scolding is against your survival, and your brain does not like that. So that is why your brain can't remember that. The the problem with any of the gate preparation, semester preparation, or any of the studies is that our brain is not used to think that these studies are actually important for our survival. You know that, but in the subconscious mind, your brain does not know that. For example, if you have a formula, uh, let us say some uh, equation, okay, Navier-Stokes equation. So that is a very large equation, okay, that is a very large equation, okay, that is a very large equation. So if you have to memorize that equation, then you can do that today. But after 1 week, considering that you are not seeing or applying that equation daily, you will at least you will at least forget it partially. Okay. So your brain does not think that that Navier-Stokes equation is important for yourself, for your survival, right? So that is why we have to do some trick by which our brain knows that yes, I have to memorize this equation. And I will share that how to train your brain, or how to apply that trick to make your brain think that I have to memorize Navier-Stokes equation. Okay. So there are two ways to memorize Navier-Stokes equation superficially. So the first way is directly try to memorize it. Try to memorize it. Okay, memorize it. So I am just writing the Navier-Stokes equation for your uh, understanding of this memorization concept, and that is nothing but this. Uh, okay, sorry, write it very freshly. I am not teaching you right now. I will just use this. Okay. So considering the incompressible flow, it will be just this thing. Okay, the x direction of Navier-Stokes equation. Okay, so if this is the thing, then directly, so this is really a very large equation, right? So if you are to memorize this, you can do this day by day. That is, uh, yes, that is, here it is del rho u by del t, del rho this. So after even understanding this, you have to memorize this. Okay. Otherwise the problem is you cannot derive this at the time of solving. Okay, in the real examination, that will take much of your time. So one process is this, that is directly memorize this thing by seeing day by day and saying it in your mind. Another process is by applying it, applying it frequently, frequently. So if you do some questions, some maths that requires NS equation, So if you do this kind of 4 to 5 problems, not daily, not even daily, but maybe uh, alternatively, I mean in a 2 days interval only. Okay, so if you solve that, then your brain knows that is yes, at least to solve some questions I need to memorize the Navier-Stokes equation. Then your brain will remember it much faster. So my point is try to memorize the concepts and formula through solving questions, solving numerical, okay, numerical problems. Okay, so that is my point. Try to solve these questions by solving those numerical problems. Okay, now this is one thing. Now your question should be that okay, so there are at least uh, some hundreds of formula in mechanical engineering gate. So to memorize all those formula, should I solve some those problems for each and every formula? And I agree with that this concept is not feasible or practical. That is to pick up some formula and and solve some questions only based on that formula. Okay, yes, you can pick up some chapter and you can practice some problem on that chapter. Okay, but believe me, if you are thoroughly practicing uh, various problems, okay, that is let us take me the subject of fluid mechanics. Okay, so let me take the subject of fluid mechanics. Okay, so there are various chapters. So today you decide that okay, from the previous year questions, if you not have solved already, so from the previous year questions, I will solve two problems from fluid statics, one problem from fluid dynamics, one problem from compressible flow, one problem from fluid machinery, one problem from fluid kinematics. So then you are having a mixed type of practice. Okay, so in the next day, then in the next step you are solving some another problem. Okay, you are solving some another problem. So maybe in the another problem, so maybe there may happen that in in this problem set, maybe uh, from the fluid dynamics you are not able to memorize the applicable equation for that particular problem. So in the next day, again when you are applying, uh, again when you are solving some problem, so in this time maybe you have shuffled your choice of problems differently. So three from, let us say, fluid machinery, uh, two from, let us say, pressure measurement, uh, again two from fluid dynamics, one from fluid statics, so like this. So you may face again the same concept C in one of this fluid dynamics problem is concept C, you may face this again. So then you are applying the same concept or the same formula in this question also. Okay, so now like this, uh, we will be able to focus more on that particular formula. Your brain will understand, okay, so in the gate examination I have to solve these types of question and then have to memorize this. Okay, so your brain is more aware of solving the gate examination by hook or by crook. So, but your subconscious mind cannot relate the importance of memorizing the formula for 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 cracking the GATE examination. That is, the importance of cracking the GATE examination may be clear to your brain, but at the time when you are studying or memorizing the formula, then also your brain is thinking that I have to crack GATE. Your brain is not thinking that I have to memorize this formula. Okay, so you have to uh, trick your brain by solving problems. Okay, now you can do your daily practice by solving problems. So that is why I am saying that, okay, let us say you are a particular guy who has who has completed only one subject, and that is engineering mechanics, and you don't have any other subject completed. Okay, so then also I will suggest that, okay, plan your day something like that. Key, I have to solve at least 2 to 5 questions of engineering mechanics per day, or even not. If not daily, then also you can take a vow to solve 2 to 5 questions one day alternatively. Okay, or maybe 2 days alternatively. But the point is consistency. So just decide according to your life schedule, maybe 2 days alternatively, alternatively. Okay, so maybe 3 days alternatively, even maybe 1 week alternatively. But whatever be your choice, be consistent with that. So just take the vow of being consistent. So that is all about this GATE preparation. Okay, that is my point. So even you so even if you are not able to dedicate your 4 to 5 hours, at least make sure that you are dedicating at least half an hour. You know that whatever can happen, I have to sit for half an hour for my GATE preparation. So that is the key. Okay, so many students try like a fire in their mind, that they study the uh, 8 to 10 hours for the first day, for the second day, for the third day, but after that they lose their motivation, and either they go for playing, or that day they don't study. Okay, so my point is, if you can do this, then okay, you can do this. But if you cannot study for 8 to 10 hours, at least make sure that I have to fulfill some target. So what I used to do is, I did not have some time goal, that is I have to study for 4 to 5 hours, but I used to make something that is called a daily journal. Okay, a daily journal, or a daily planner maybe. Okay, so I used to list my task, that is, okay, I have to do 10 problems from heat transfer. I have to study, or I have to maybe see 2 lectures for thermodynamics. Okay, or, and again, maybe I have to see 1 lecture for fluid mechanics. So I knew, so now I know. So this is my planner for tomorrow. Okay, so I know that tomorrow I have to fulfill these 3 tasks. I can fulfill these 3 tasks in 1 hour, maybe in 2 hour, maybe in 5 hour. So that does not matter for me. Okay, but I know I have to fulfill these three tasks. So uh, so this was my strategy, that is so I was consistent, that is I have to study this heat transfer today and again. So I used to solve these problems, okay, if not daily, at a consistent manner for 2-day alternative or 3-day alternative. So all this all this knowledge, or all I was speaking about is, now this is the summarization of whatever I have said. Solve numericals consistently to memorize formula or concept. Okay, so this was the main agenda of saying those huge things. Okay, so this was the first trip, and I wanted you to understand the importance of this thing. Okay, and consistently means again, just solve at least 2 days alternative, uh, even that may be some 7 days alternative for you. Okay, so the next technique is okay, again let us come to some scientific fact, that whatever that whatever you see before going to bed and after waking up after waking up, with a correct intention in mind, correct intention in mind, that retains in your subconscious mind. Okay, subconscious mind. So this is a very uh, I say, I should say logical or a scientific fact. And what I used to do is uh, that let me say you are solving problem like this only. That so today you are solving problem, two from fluid statics, one from fluid dynamics, one from compressible flow, one from fluid machinery, and one from fluid kinematics. These combinations may be of different subjects. So you thought that I will solve one from fluid mechanics and two from engineering mechanics, three from manufacturing. This can also be your combination. Okay, so maybe, so again let us take the situation that you are not able to solve this problem of fluid dynamics due to not having the concept, or maybe not having memorizing that formula. Okay, so I am taking this thing up here, that one question from fluid dynamics, let us say you are not able to solve. So that may be because of mainly two concepts, so mainly two reasons: lacking of concept, lacking of uh, lacking of the formula memorization, and also another thing, cannot think about the approach. Okay, So to make yourself think about the approach, firstly you have to see some video lectures, some good professors, or anyone, because I will also make some video on just based on problem solving. I am currently making some lecture videos on fluid mechanics, and that is purely based on the theoretical knowledge, but I will make some separate videos uh, separately uh, on the problem solving tips. Okay, so you can learn this approach by firstly seeing lecture videos, seeing solved examples, and by practicing. Okay, so these are the only steps. Okay, okay. So let us say that you are experienced enough. So because this video is only about memorizing and revising. Okay, so let us consider that you that any of these three situations are occurring due to during the solving of this fluid dynamics problem. So if this is the case, that is you don't have the concept, then just learn the concept and just write down the formula of the concept that has been used in this problem, or the sentence of the concept in your own language in a diary. So write the concept or the formula briefly, okay, not the whole thing, briefly in your diary. Okay, in your diary. Okay, the same thing, let me say that you know the concept of the Navier-Stokes equation, but at that moment you are attempting some question for a particular time. So in that particular time span of 2 minutes, you are not able to recall the Navier-Stokes equation, right? So let me assume that that situation arises. So then uh, what should you do? And that is, again, just see that formula and solve the questions by yourself. Write the formula. Okay, write the formula or concept. Okay, again in your diary. And the main thing is very shortly, very briefly. Okay, and let me say that even after getting a good amount of experience, you are seeing that to solve this particular question you need some particular approach. Without knowing that approach, that question will not be solved. So then you can also write that particular approach. But I am not suggesting to write all the approaches, because there are many approaches that are very common. There are very few questions that are having some rocket science approach or very hard to think approach. So for approach, uh, I don't suggest you to do that, because you will find that uh, many questions are mainly involving the same concept, but because of the different nature only, they are having the different concept. So you should not memorize the approach. You should, I mean memorizing the approach will not do good for you. Okay, approach is something that you have to inbuilt in yourself, like uh, for example, driving car, or even driving a simple cycle. So during driving car, you cannot memorize that, yes, this is the clutch, this is the brake. So first 1 or 2 day you have to look towards the clutch, brake and accelerator to apply them. But but a man who if he or she, a man or woman actually, if he or she knows that how to drive, she don't have to memorize now. That is, that has become inbuilt within himself or herself. So approach is like that. Whenever you see a problem, you have to train your brain by practicing, that the approach automatically comes into your mind, and just don't worry, that will happen. I will uh, I will conduct some problem solving example to make you see that how we should think to approach a problem. Okay, so after all those things, there can be some problems that should be solved in a confined manner, in a particular approach only. So write that approach. Okay, but I am making some star marks, not for all approaches. Okay, okay. So now, so by writing, so maintain a diary, maintain a notebook or diary, okay, of this. Just see the pages carefully. I have written just see. I did not have, I did not write that just memorize. I s- I have I have written that just see the pages carefully, with the intention, uh, intention of memorizing in your mind, in your mind. Okay, so maybe let me say that you start to make that so you start to maintain that notebook from today, and after some 10 days, so you have made some notes of, let me say 20 pages. Okay, so on the 10th day, on the 10th day you have to revise all those 20 pages. Okay, all those 20 pages you have to revise, but not taking pressure of memorizing. Just you can revise. Okay, so if you feel comfortable, uh, and if you have time, then um, you can utter those concept or formulas in your mind for memorizing those. But just see carefully those pages, and just think in your mind before seeing the copy that okay, I have to memorize this. That's why I am saying, and do this just before going to your bed, or just after waking up in the morning. Okay, so I used to do this just before going to bed. Okay, and believe me, my notes copy has now more than 150 pages, and I used to revise all those 100 and or maybe some 100 pages. Okay, I don't remember. Actually, I did not have counted the pages accurately, uh, but it should cross, I think, 100 pages. Okay, so I used to memorize all those 100 pages daily, daily before going to bed, but not getting very much pressure in mind. That is okay. This is so daily calls to PL cube by 3 AI, uh, and del 2 equals to PL cube by 48 EI. So not like that. I am just seeing that okay, for a cantilever beam having a point load at its end, the del of the maximum deflection is PL cube by 3 EI. I am just seeing this. Okay, and I found that after some days that get automatically memorized in my brain. So that is the power of this. Okay, so this was my second point, and believe me, this is very powerful point. This is a very powerful point. Okay, so for revision this point is also very powerful. Okay, now these are my main 2 points. Okay, now I will suggest you one more thing, just one more thing, that is use some gate short notes. Okay, use some gate short notes, like, so I will mention some uh, particular document here, but that particular organization did not pay me for this. I have used that, and that is why I have got the benefit. So that is why I am sharing that, no other reason. Okay, so that is Gatopedia. Gatopedia. So it is a free compiled short notes. Okay, short note, and so it is uh, given by Gatewala Mechanical, and believe me, they have compiled the uh, short notes for Gate for each and every chapter, um, including the engineering, maths, and aptitude. So Gatewala ME, and they are providing this for free. Okay, so this is the case. Okay, so the benefit of this short note is, okay, just revise 1 to 2 subject per day. Okay, just by seeing the Gatopedia chapter. Gatopedia chapter. Okay, the Gatopedia chapter. So just learn and try to implement one more good habit, that is, maybe you are someone that who travels through metro to go college, or to go to the uh, work or office. Okay, like me, I was I was to go to the college by the metro. So in the metro, I I used to see these Gatopedia chapters. So in 30 to 40 minutes, I used to revise some one chapter, or maybe 1 to 2 chapters, or maybe 1.5 chapter. Okay, so maybe I have revised the whole fluid mechanics in the metro. Maybe I have revised the whole kinematics of machine in the metro. Okay, and by that you are seeing that chapter. Okay, so that is the thing, that if you want to put lesser stress on your brain, just see those things again and again, just see those formulas, concepts again and again, just see those concepts. So then your brain will automatically capture those things. Okay, so just in the metro, um, just in the metro, instead of listening song, i i am I am not telling you that in all the days, whenever you are returning from the college being tired, you have to see this. Then during returning from the college, maybe viewers, maybe you are some listening to the song, okay, but uh, whenever you feel fresh, okay, like during going to the college, uh, then only you can go for something that is to see the chapters from Gatopedia, and that will help much. Okay, okay. So these three tips, this and this 1 and 2 are must, are very powerful, and 3 is the supplementary thing. Okay, now this thing, this first trick has some branch, okay, that is, take some test series, okay, take some test series from your choice. I personally applied for the test series of Exergic. Believe me, that is very good, and Exergic has not paid me. I am saying again and again, I have used that, and I have experienced the goodness of that. So Exergic, Made Easy, okay, and Gatewala. I have used these three, and all these three are good. Okay, so uh, you can solve this kind of schedule problems for any, from any question series, or from any let us say PYQ, okay, but also you can solve these questions from any test series. So let us say that you have you have completed the engineering mechanics part, okay, so then you are solving only one subject wise test, that is of engineering mechanics, and after solving that test you are again going through all those tests, all those test questions, that in which question what mistake you have made. So just uh, note it down properly in your diary. So this part is very important, very important, okay, that is, whatever mistake you are making uh, solving any problem, be it from PYQ, be it from any question bank, be it from test series. After analyzing, just write that particular concept or that formula which you maybe did not know, or which you may have forgotten. Just write that in your notebook and revise, or just see through the pages before going to bed or after waking up. So that is very important and very powerful trick, okay. So these were some tricks uh, for revising, and the last few words are very important, because I have told all these things considering you have learned properly. So many of you guys are looking for ready-made notes, that just give me the notes, okay. So believe me, that will not work. Just go through any good book or go through any good lecture and make your own notes. Believe me, by writing very clearly and good manner, make your own notes. Maybe in a short manner. So it so I don't need to make any other video on how to learn properly, because it can be summarized in just one word, that go through any good book or video lecture and make your own notes by your hand. By your hand, yes. So this is the main important part. Okay, this is very important. Make your own notes. Nothing can substitute writing. Nothing can substitute writing after studying or after listening the lectures. Okay, so that is very, 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 very important. I can tell you that I have made notes of all the subjects of mine. Okay, and although there are many subjects of which I did not have revised through those detailed notes once again, but because I have written those things, those concepts has just written uh, 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 has just written in my brain very clearly up till now. I have made notes maybe from 2 years ago, but those concepts, just because of writing, has written in my brain. Okay, so all the purpose of revising is making the things being written in your brain. Okay, so the first step is to learn properly, and to learn properly nothing can substitute of writing. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. I will share this type of strategies, the scientific strategies, uh, with you. And again, I have told that you have to implement these strategies in your life by yourself. And I will share in the next video that how to make your own strategy for the gate preparation, understanding your own life. So preparation for anything does not only contain studies. Okay, it contains more than that, and I will share that. So thank you for now, and take care.